we seen with Igor Mazarenko showing up to go inside and seemingly got banned. Did we hear any like details on like what actually went down? Like, did he know he was banned beforehand? Did he have tickets? Ryan, did you hear anything about this?
I've heard some stories from both sides of I guess the divide. From one side of the divide, I heard that Igor turned up in a disguise trying to sneak in and got kicked out. And then from the other side of the divide, I heard that he'd already communicated with them prior that he was coming, and they said, "Yeah, no worries." And then he turned up and then got asked to leave after the fact and was quite disappointed. So the truth lies somewhere in the middle. I saw a little video of Igor and his crew standing outside the event, kind of like organizing a taxi or something once they'd been turned away. But um, I don't know. Yeah, I'm happy that Igor's back. I think Igor's actually the longest standing professional promoter in the sport. If you go back and look at what he did with the Nemiroff and the Zloty and the top eight, he clearly loves arm wrestling, knows how to put on a show, and I think it's great that he's back. I'm very excited that the Zloty tour is back in December of this year. Um, that to me, we've been missing tournament arm wrestling, and I think no one does tournaments better than Igor Mazarenko. I think that's just the proof is in his history there. COVID stopped PAL, but now he's back. Obviously, he's come back to a different environment. So there's political tension between WAF and PAL, and there has been since about 2018, I believe. Um, I don't know the depths of it, but I know it's pretty entrenched. So um, East versus West, King of the Table, they are obviously very heavily Engin affiliated, and Engin is very he's on Team WAF. So there is tension as a result between Igor and now King of the Table. So and that manifested by him not being allowed in. So it'd be great if we could get rid of politics from the sport and everyone could just arm wrestle, but it's not the way it is.
I just want to know what the disguise was that he was wearing.
Yeah, I
For
know. I'm
real.
I'm interested to hear that too, bro. I didn't hear that part of it.
There
So
was no Ryan. You were talking about the video that you saw of Igor standing outside. So did he immediately get rid of the disguise? I don't think
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
that's
ruin our dreams, Pradeep.
So Pradeep, what is going on in the arm wrestling community now? Are we expecting a promoter war about to start? Is that what's going down? And what's going on
people
April 20th? I hear
fall.
Igor's doing some in Dubai the same day as in East First West or something.
I think it was April or May 21, 2021. I uploaded this video. Promoters War, Igor Mazurenko versus Engin versus WL. It is going to happen. And people were calling me crazy at that time because in 2021, everyone was like friendly. Everyone was everyone's friend. And like all of I know the promoters got mad at me. I got banned by Engin after that video was posted from his Facebook group. So that's how serious it was at that time. And I was like, it is going to happen. You guys see, and that's exactly what's happening. I predicted it 3 years ago, and I don't see it being any different at East versus West as well. If he wasn't allowed, I was thinking about the legalities because King of the Table does sell seats at the venue. I think for $150. That was the price for the previous one, if I remember correctly. So if Igor bought the tickets and then they didn't let him in, I think that can be an easy lawsuit if he wants to go that way. That can be like real serious. If somebody buys a ticket and you didn't deny him purchasing that ticket right at that time, even then I don't think you can so easily deny a ticket to someone if you consider yourself as a legit organization. But if he bought those tickets, which I'm hearing he did because somebody who messaged me about that incident, he said that they did buy the tickets, then I don't know what's Igor waiting for.
We got a super chat from Eric Harlan for $5, and he says, "Let people know that according to rumors with the Zloty coming back, that if anyone competes there, they will not be welcome at East versus West event." So yes, the war has begun. Politics is all coming into play, and I think it even goes further than that because I know there's a lot of other organizations that if you arm wrestle with WAF or whatever, and you're not on the same team as Team Engin and WAF, you're not allowed to use any of the refs from other organizations. They pull their athletes out of everything, and there's a lot of control,
Uh,
a lot of
there's a
power
little
controls going on right now.
there's a little part of me that like I see that the politics of that, and it's all whatever. There's a big part of me that's like, I kind of like being banned by any side, no matter which side, whether you're banned by this side or that side. I kind of like being banned by a side because it helps motivate me to say I'm going to get so good at arm wrestling that I'd be like if Levan can't be banned because he's just above all bans because he's Levan. You know what I mean? If you get good enough in arm wrestling, there's no such thing as a ban. Like it's just everyone wants you to see you arm wrestle. So I kind of like the bans kind of motivate me in that sense of like it makes me want to train harder just so I can kick down the door of it and say, well, look, I thought you said you were going to ban me, but here I am.
So are you banned from King of Table and East vs. West events, Ryan?
It's nothing official. I mean, I'm on the bad list. There's no doubting that. I mean, I'm on the bad list, but
what caused you to be on the bad list of King of the Table? I don't understand that part.
No, I've never been on the bad list of King of the Table. It's just that I'm on the bad list of Engin, and Engin became part of King of the Table. So by association, Engin's worth more to King of the Table than King of the Table.
Nobody talks about Svetan Gashevsky. I feel like I'm the alone person who has been talking about that. If you remember in 2022, there was a tournament, King of the Table tournament, which there were two classes, 85 kilos up and 85 up to 85 kilos. And the super heavyweight was won by Sabin Bedulescu. That's how he got his match against Pavlo at King of the Table. And the 85 kg class was won by Svetan Gashevsky. And until that time, King of the Table had a very clear stance. We don't care about your affiliations. You can be anyone. You can come here and compete. And under those conditions, Svetan Gashevsky qualified for the event. But after that, the WAF organization started having little grips over King of the Table as well, because they also started using their athletes, WAF athletes. And then they were like, Svetan is banned from WAF, so Svetan is banned from King of the Table. And King of the Table were like, goodbye. And after Matt Rhodes, months after all of this happened, Matt Rhodes said, like, it's sure, it's certain, Svetan Gashevsky is going to have a match at King of the Table. And I'm like, no, bro, he isn't. You're just plain simple in front of everyone. You're just lying. It isn't going to happen. So little bit honesty on their part was lacking that day. This is what I saw. But it was his private live stream, and I don't think Matt Rhodes represents King of the Table as a whole. So these were his personal opinions.
I don't think
where's this going to go now? Because we know we have all these contracts. We have athletes locked in under the core sports contracts. Where is Igor going to get his new talent? You know what I mean? Because before he was the guy that had everybody on the contracts. Now he kind of lost all that. So where is he going to come back, you know, with this top 8 and all? And how's that all going to play out?
I think there is always going to be a very, very deep pool of people who love arm wrestling, and generation after generation, it's going to constantly produce more and more young people. And Igor, if Igor is talented enough to put on a really, really impressive show, if you've ever been to one of his shows, the staging is the best for tournaments. The one Zloty tour I went to, it blew my mind in that respect. So he'll put on a good show. There'll be a generation of people that will fill the spots, and the prestige will be alluring for people. And with the politics aside, he's going to get a couple of people here and there. Obviously, Engin has a very good rap with King of the Table East vs. West on the top crew at the moment, and he's going to keep that for a while until Igor can build, or until the WAL can build, whatever. But I don't think that he'll have a problem conducting business or anything like that. His track record speaks for itself. He has the ability to get sponsors. He has the ability to network. He has incredible experience with setting up a stage. He'll be fine.